In today's video, we're reacting to Aurora, Your Blood. Let's get into it. Thanks for everybody who watched the last one. I'm excited to keep watching.
Your blood.
Okay.
What is it made of? Do you feel it travel in and out your heart? Needles.
Okay.
Stitching up the big hole.
I love how this starts, because you have this mix, and this is, from what I can tell, this mix between this guitar, right? That's this plucked guitar that goes from a mix of just regular plucked guitar sounds, right, to these kind of reverse sounds that kind of come in there. And actually, in the comments, when last time I said something was reversed, y'all said that it actually wasn't. It was just her. Some kind of technique, some yodeling technique that she had. So that was really cool. Shout out to y'all who told me that. So I'm curious if maybe they have some similar technique for guitar, or it is what I'm hearing and it's just reversed, because it does sound reversed. And I love how it kind of comes in with the bass after a little bit of her singing, and even like the singing is mixed differently. And we talked a little bit in the comments the last video of how she got this different producer and things, and she's working with somebody else, and it just sounds different. And you can hear it. And the mixing of the vocals is, I think it's the high range. I'm still learning mixing stuff, but I think it's more high range that's being boosted in this, as opposed to, you know, maybe this is me may or may not hearing this. I'm not sure. I think it is high range though, but let's keep listening.
Needles, stitching up the big holes. You prepared for battle as you fell apart. Are you done?
Woo! Again, those layered vocals. I love how she's framing this, you know, in this kind of, it almost feels like maybe R&B isn't the right terminology. I know she does folk music, but it just feels like it has kind of a R&B kind of flavor to it. I love that, and I don't know if it's the bass that's doing that for me, or just the way she's written her vocals here. It just has that low-key, lo-fi kind of R&B flavor vibe to it. And I love that. I love how she's doing that. Again, it just feels like this production, and it's partially because of the new producer like we talked about in the comments, but it feels like there's just a different flavor to this album, to this project, whatever, that she's going for. And I love it. I love this kind of twist. And I know that it's still Aurora. It still has that Aurora flavor and that Aurora sound, but there's just, it's like when you're cooking a dish and then you decide to try some different seasoning on it. That's exactly how I feel like she's changing her production up for this new record. So it's fun, it's just nice to listen to, and it's just a great, just cerebral experience, right? And also, like I said, those layered vocals that she had in the last song kind of make another appearance here. I guess more so made an appearance in, you know, the most recent song, but still. The panning in this is great.
Just wait until tomorrow. It might not be as cool.
Little build up in the left ear. Woo. The way that those vocals fill up your headphones is just astounding. It's so warm, and just warm, and lack of better words, kind of just these wet reverby sounds, and it's just so, it's so pleasing to the ear. And Aurora does that. Just, she has this very great sounding music that just fills your ears up with this beautiful sound. And she just, it's great. We talked about textures a lot in the last video. Again, the texture with the build-up that kind of led to, it didn't really lead to anything except for the kind of stripped back part of this song where she kind of goes into that little na 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 part. But I even like that. I assume that it probably is about to drop and y'all are very mad at me in the comments right now, but still. Okay. These high vocals are beautiful.
I refuse to die.
Ooh, now she's getting to the low range.
I refuse to die.
Oh. My goodness, the way that she is just, that kind of breakdown section, right? And it again, it kind of strips back, but then it has these arpeggios, which if you don't know what an arpeggio is, essentially there are scales of music, and that's kind of the keys that we hear these songs in. If you hear a song sounding different, that's a key. And an arpeggio is basically the first, third, fifth, and then the eighth note in the scale. It comes up with the chord that you're used to hearing when you think of a scale, right? Or a key. And so she essentially goes up and down these arpeggios, scaling it, and it's so beautiful. I mean, it's just little things like that. The way it goes into that the section with her, you know, high pitched vocals there too, and it's just this bright, beautiful, just, you know, climactic feeling to that part. She just does that so masterfully, having these ups and downs of her songs, right? Because one song does not have to have a structure to it, right? That is, you know, the same for every song. And I feel like a lot of music these days falls into that same structure of where you have either verse, hook, maybe a bridge, and then hook again. Or you have, you know, hook, verse, hook, you know? So she does that so well, breaking that mold and, you know, coming up with new and interesting sounds. And she's done it again here. Those vocals are panning now, I love it. Ooh, the cinematography too. This drum choice. That, first off, that note that she just held out, perfect. If that you have that drum cadence that's filling in, it's all these different, not random, but random-ish syncopation, right? It creates this beautiful soundscape where having that straight held out note really stands apart from all the cacophony of sounds that are being placed in this point of the song. And it's just like I was just saying, you know, she comes up with these ways of creating interesting sounds, and it's so great. And this new producer as well is probably very much helping come up with these, you know, new and interesting sounds. I love it. Also the cinematography, not even to mention. And I've probably missed a lot of the actual lyrics in the song. So maybe some of y'all can help me with that in the comments. But I'm curious, you know, she had a lot of people holding her head, and that second part was bloody, so I don't really know what the meaning is there. So if y'all know about that, let me know in the comments. And just having that projection of her face on the curtain where she was standing in front of it, it was cool. They've done a really good job of that here. And you can also, it also just feels like she's having more fun performing it. So that's always a good sign when an artist is having more fun with their music. And that synth right there too.
What matter is it made of? Do you feel it travel in and out your heart?
Love it. Love Aurora. She's fantastic. Let me know if we should do the next Aurora song.